Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln penny coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, I want to take you on a journey back to 2009, when the United States Mint released one of the most exciting and meaningful coins of modern times. We are talking about the Lincoln Professional Life Penny, the 1-cent coin that represents Abraham Lincoln during his years as a lawyer and statesman in Springfield, Illinois. But don't think this coin is just ordinary pocket change, because hiding in these pennies are treasures, errors, and rare conditions that can be worth a fortune to the right collector. So stay with me till the end, because you don't want to miss a single detail. When you hold this coin, you're not just holding copper-plated zinc, you're holding a piece of history. The reverse design shows Lincoln standing proudly before the Illinois State Capitol building, a powerful image of leadership and growth, a reminder of his years in professional life before becoming one of the most important presidents in American history. The design itself excites collectors, but what really sets this coin apart is how it can transform from a common penny into a highly valuable piece depending on its rarity, condition, and those surprising mint errors that slip through unnoticed. Now here's where things get thrilling. Many of these coins were minted, but some are far from ordinary. For example, collectors have reported double die reverses, where the lettering or parts of the Capitol building look doubled under magnification, creating an error that can make the coin far more desirable. Others show die cracks that run across Lincoln's figure or the columns of the building, turning them into unique varieties that serious collectors hunt for like hidden treasure. Imagine finding a small line or break in the design that transforms your penny into something worth hundreds, even thousands in the right auction. That's the thrill that makes coin hunting so exciting. Collectors especially love examples in pristine condition, graded by professional services as mint state 67 or higher. Those gems shine like they were struck yesterday, and when they appear at auctions, bidders go wild trying to own them. I've seen examples sell for shocking amounts simply because of their flawless surfaces, bright luster, and sharp details. A coin that looks ordinary in your hand can suddenly be the star of a collection when it's preserved perfectly. Let me give you a tip if you're a collector or a treasure hunter searching for these coins. Always check the fields and lettering carefully, because tiny errors hide in the details. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting, and don't dismiss even the smallest mark that looks unusual, because what seems like a scratch could actually be a die clash or a struck-through error, and those are the kinds of surprises that make collectors pay top dollar. Also, if you come across rolls of 2009 pennies from banks or old collections, don't hesitate to search them thoroughly, because that's where untouched gems and errors are waiting to be discovered. Another important detail that adds excitement to this coin is the fact that it was part of the special 4-coin series in 2009, celebrating the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Each design tells a chapter of his life, and the Professional Life Penny is the third chapter, making it a must-have for anyone who wants the complete story. Collectors love building full sets, and when one coin in the set is rare or graded high, it increases the demand for all the others too. That's why this coin is always in the spotlight, and why its value keeps surprising people. Can you imagine finding one of these pennies in change, then later realizing it's the exact type that sold at auction for hundreds of dollars in a big city sale? That's the kind of story that makes collectors keep searching, day after day, never knowing when luck will strike. And believe me, it has happened before. Coins like these are not just money, they are lottery tickets of history, small pieces of art, and connections to one of America's greatest leaders. And now let me reveal something very important, something that often shocks people when they hear it. The original market value of this coin, when it was first released by the Mint in 2009, was only 1 cent. Just imagine that, a penny worth just 1 cent at the start, now turning into a piece that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for depending on rarity, condition, and errors. That's what makes this coin so thrilling, the transformation from ordinary to extraordinary. So my friends, if you ever come across a 2009 Lincoln Professional Life Penny, don't overlook it. Take your time, examine it carefully, and treasure it, because you never know if you're holding one of the rarest and most valuable cents in modern coinage history. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more thrilling stories about hidden treasures in your pocket change. Every week we uncover new secrets, and your support keeps this journey alive. Top 2. I want you to sit back and listen carefully, because we're diving into the world of the 1981 Lincoln penny, a coin that might look ordinary, but carries hidden rarities and errors that make it incredibly special for collectors. Now, the year 1981 was right before a massive change in American coinage history. Just 1 year later, in 1982, the Lincoln cent shifted from being made mostly of copper to being made with zinc cores, and that alone makes the 1981 cent the last of its kind, the final chapter of the classic heavy copper pennies that collectors treasure. Think about it, holding this coin is like holding a time capsule from before the era of cheap materials, before the transition, and that gives it powerful sentimental and historical value. The front side of the coin shows the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, just as we've seen since 1909, and the reverse still carries the proud Lincoln Memorial design, with incredible details that remind us of America's history and strength. But what makes some of these 1981 pennies stand out are the tiny mistakes, the minting errors, the rare varieties that turn them into collectors' dreams. One of the most famous errors on this penny is the double die, where the letters or the date show a ghostly shadow of being struck twice. Imagine pulling out a penny and seeing Lincoln's features or the word Liberty doubled, bold and clear. That's the kind of treasure people spend years hunting for. Some coins also have off-center strikes, where the design is shifted and part of the blank coin surface is exposed, creating a dramatic and unique appearance that collectors absolutely love. And then, of course, we have the proof strikes from 1981, minted with special polished dies for collectors. These are rare on their own, but some of them have a special twist, because in 1981 the mint used two different types of mint marks on San Francisco proof pennies, called Type 1 and Type 2. The Type 2 proof penny is especially scarce and has become one of the hottest coins among Lincoln collectors, because it's so much harder to find. Every error, every small difference, makes this penny so thrilling, because you never know what could turn up in circulation or in an old jar tucked away in someone's drawer. Many people overlook pennies, tossing them aside, but coin lovers like us know that these little copper treasures can hold enormous value, both historically and financially. For collectors who are searching, my tip is to always look carefully at the date, the mint mark, and the details under magnification. Check those proof sets if you or your family still have them stored away, because the 1981 Type 2 proof is sitting in old collections and people don't even realize what they have. Also, keep an eye out for those dramatic off-center strikes and double dies, because they are the gems that can change an ordinary penny into a rare collectible worth serious money. The demand for these coins has never slowed down, in fact it keeps climbing, because more and more collectors want the last full copper pennies before the zinc era, and that pushes prices higher at coin shows, in auctions, and even on online marketplaces. Some lucky finds have been sold at big auction houses in cities like Chicago and Dallas, turning a penny into a prize worth showing off. So what was the original value of this coin when it was minted in 1981? Just 1 cent. Yes, just a single cent was its face value, but today, with rarity, errors, and collector demand, this coin can be worth far more in the right condition and with the right variety. Friends, that's why coin collecting is so exciting, because hidden treasures are always out there waiting to be discovered. The 1981 Lincoln penny is more than just change in your pocket, it's history, its rarity, and its passion all in one tiny piece of copper. Top 3. I'm going to take you deep into the world of the 1978 Lincoln penny, a coin that collectors are always hunting for, a coin that could surprise you with its value, rarity, and stunning errors. So don't miss a single second, because what I'm about to share could make you look at every penny in your pocket with a brand new excitement. The 1978 Lincoln penny belongs to a fascinating era, struck right before the major transition of the 1980s, when coins began to change in design and composition. It carries the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that first appeared in 1909 and has been treasured ever since. Now, while millions were made, not all of them are the same, and this is where things get thrilling for coin lovers. Some 1978 pennies carry unique features, rare mint marks, and error varieties that can transform a simple 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. Think about this: pennies from 1978 were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each with their own charm. The San Francisco proofs shine with incredible beauty, made only for collectors, but even regular business strike pennies from Denver or Philadelphia can hide errors that drive their values sky high. Double dies, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks are just a few of the treasures to look for. Imagine stumbling across a coin with letters doubled so clearly you can see Lincoln's words pop like 3D, or a mint mark struck twice, catching the eye of a sharp collector who knows how rare that really is. Collectors get excited about the condition of these coins too. If you find a 1978 penny with bright, original luster, free of scratches, crisp in every detail, then you're holding something far more valuable than the average worn penny. Mint state coins, especially those graded high by professional grading companies, can fetch astonishing prices in auctions, making coin hunters dream of that lucky find. Now, let me give you some thrilling examples. A coin collector once found a 1978 penny with a dramatic off-center strike, where Lincoln's portrait was pushed almost halfway off the coin, yet the date remained visible. That coin became a prize in an auction, because collectors crave these mistakes that slipped through the mint's careful process. Another example is a double-die obverse penny, where the lettering on the word Liberty showed a shadowed doubling effect, instantly making it a standout coin that bidders competed for. Tips for collectors are simple but powerful. Always check every penny you come across, even the ones in your pocket change, because you never know when luck is on your side. Use a magnifying glass to look closely at the date, the letters, and the mint mark, because doubling and repunching are often visible only when you look carefully. Keep an eye out for pennies that look oddly shaped or misaligned, because off-center strikes are easy to miss if you're not paying attention. And most importantly, store your finds carefully, keep them in protective holders, and never clean them, because natural surfaces bring the highest value in the collector's market. The thrill of the hunt is what makes collecting so addictive. Every time you open a roll of pennies from the bank, or every time you check your change at the grocery store, you could be moments away from discovering a rare 1978 Lincoln penny worth far more than just 1 cent. That's what makes this hobby magical. It's like a treasure hunt that never ends, and the best part is anyone can take part in it, no matter where you are. In the end, let's remember what this coin represents. The 1978 Lincoln penny is not just a piece of metal, it's a story of history, a link to our nation's past, and a chance for everyday people to discover something extraordinary. And the best part, when it was first minted, it was worth only 1 cent, just a single penny, yet today it could be worth hundreds or even thousands in the right condition or with the right error. Some have sold in major auctions across cities in the United States, proving that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprises. So my friends, check your pockets, search your jars of change, and never underestimate a penny from 1978, because your lucky find might just be the treasure every collector dreams about. Top 4. Let me take you on a little journey into the world of Lincoln pennies, and not just any penny, but the 1998 Lincoln 1-cent coin. At first glance, you might think this little copper piece is ordinary, the kind you pass by in change without a second thought, but wait until you hear the thrilling details that make this coin one of the most exciting pieces for collectors and treasure hunters across the United States. If you love coins, if you love stories of rarity and value, then stay with me until the very end, because I promise you, you won't look at your pocket change the same way again. The 1998 Lincoln cent belongs to the famous Memorial Reverse Series, the design that millions of Americans carried in their pockets daily. On the front, you see that iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, a timeless portrait by Victor David Brenner that has been around since 1909, and on the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial itself, a grand tribute standing tall in Washington, D.C. But within this ordinary design lies some very unique mysteries that make collectors chase after it with passion. One of the thrilling parts about the 1998 penny is the discovery of errors that can make this coin worth far more than its face value. Imagine holding what looks like just a regular penny, but upon close inspection, you find something extraordinary. The most famous rarity for this year is the 1998 Wide AM variety. Instead of the usual close spacing between the A and M in America, some coins were struck with a noticeable gap, making the letters stand apart more than they should. This tiny difference, invisible to most eyes, is the key to turning a simple coin into a collector's treasure. Now, think about this for a moment. You could have one of these in your pocket right now and never know it. Collectors go crazy for the wide AM varieties, and finding one feels like discovering gold in your change. These varieties came from mix-ups at the mint, where reverse dies intended for proof coins accidentally struck circulation pennies. That mistake became our gain, and today, it has created a thrilling hunt for those who know what to look for. But the wide AM isn't the only excitement with the 1998 penny. Errors like off-center strikes, double dies, and even misaligned dies can make your coin rare and highly desirable. Each error tells a story, a glimpse into the moment when the coin was created at the US Mint, and something went unexpectedly wrong. These mistakes aren't flaws to collectors, they are treasures, and they're always in high demand. Collectors also pay attention to condition. Imagine a 1998 penny that has been kept untouched since the day it left the mint, its surfaces shining, its details crisp, and every letter standing strong. Those in mint state or proof-like condition are especially cherished. Many coin lovers place these coins carefully into albums or holders, preserving them for future generations, and every year that passes, their value and demand only grow. For collectors watching this, let me give you a little tip. Always check the reverse of your 1998 penny carefully. Look at the spacing of that A and M in America, because that small gap could mean the difference between a simple penny and a highly collectible piece. Use a magnifying glass if you can, keep an eye on the letters, and remember, condition matters just as much as the variety itself. A well-preserved 1998 wide AM cent can attract serious attention from collectors and auction houses alike. These coins have surfaced in places like New York, Chicago, and even small-town auctions where a lucky finder walked away with a hefty profit. Collectors across the country keep their eyes peeled for these pennies, and many exciting stories circulate about people pulling them straight from rolls of coins at the bank. The thrill of discovery is what keeps the hobby alive, and the 1998 penny plays a big role in that excitement. And what about the value? While a normal 1998 penny is of course only worth its original market value of 1 cent, the rare error coins, especially the wide AM varieties in mint condition, have sold in auctions for thousands of dollars, shocking both collectors and casual coin owners alike. Imagine holding a coin that originally cost you just 1 cent, and realizing it could be worth more than some people's rent for a month. That's the magic of numismatics, the joy of coin collecting, and the thrill that makes this hobby so fascinating. So my friends, the 1998 Lincoln penny is not just another coin, it's a piece of American history, a treasure hiding in plain sight, and a collector's dream if you happen to stumble across one of its rare varieties or errors. Every time you come across a penny from this year, take a closer look, because who knows, you might be holding something far more special than you ever imagined. Top 5 and last rare coin, we are talking about the 1966 Lincoln penny, a coin that was minted during a very unique time in U.S. history, and if you are a coin lover, you will want to listen carefully because the details I am going to share can truly change the way you see this 1-cent piece. The year 1966 was right in the middle of the coin shortage era in the United States, a time when millions of coins were being produced but under special circumstances that make some of them stand out. The mint even stopped producing proof sets for collectors around this time, which means that many of the coins from this period do not have the same prepared collectible versions that other years do. This instantly makes the 1966 Lincoln cent a bit more special for collectors who hunt for originality and rarity. Now, the design itself may look familiar, as it still carries the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but do not let the simplicity fool you. Within these coins, there are errors and varieties that make collectors go wild at auctions. Some 1966 pennies are known to have double die obverse varieties where the letters in Liberty or the date appear doubled, and that makes them incredibly desirable. Imagine spotting one of those in a roll of change, something most people would never notice, but you as a collector could recognize instantly. Another fascinating thing about the 1966 penny is the striking quality. Because the mint was under pressure to produce so many coins quickly, some pieces came out with weak strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws, and those are exactly the kind of things that make a normal coin turn into a treasure for collectors. An off-center strike that shows Lincoln's face shifted noticeably, or a broad strike that gives the coin a stretched appearance, these are the kinds of errors that stand out instantly and fetch serious attention from coin buyers. Collectors especially love coins with unusual mint errors because they are one of a kind. You can find examples where the letters on the reverse side look faded, or the rim is misaligned, or even cases where the coin appears to have been struck multiple times. Each of these errors tells its own story, and that story adds value in the collector's market. Now here's something every coin hunter should keep in mind. The 1966 penny has no mint mark, because during this period, the mint decided to remove mint marks to discourage people from hoarding coins from certain mints. This makes the year even more special, because unlike other Lincoln cents, you cannot separate a Denver or San Francisco version from a Philadelphia one. All you get is the date, and that adds a unique twist for collectors who want a complete set. For those who are serious about coin collecting, always remember to check the details carefully. Look at the lettering, the date, the condition of the coin under good light, and if possible, with a magnifying glass. Many collectors have pulled coins worth hundreds or even thousands out of pocket change, simply because they paid attention to the details that most people miss. The thrill of collecting comes from that moment when you realize the coin you hold is not ordinary at all, but something with history, errors, and rarity behind it. The 1966 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that may look common, but in the right condition or with the right error, it becomes an exciting discovery. And don't forget, the original market value of this coin was just 1 cent, yet today in auctions and collector markets, these pieces with special features are selling for so much more. Imagine someone in Chicago or New York finding one of these rare double-die pennies and then watching it bring in hundreds at auction, all from something that once had a face value of a single cent. For collectors, this coin is not just about money, it's about history, patience, and the joy of discovery. If you are building your collection, never underestimate coins from the 1960s, because the minting process, the errors, and the unique decisions of the U.S. Mint in that decade left behind treasures that people are still uncovering today. So my advice to all coin lovers is this: keep hunting, keep searching your change, check your old coin jars and rolls, because the next rare coin could be waiting for you to spot it. The 1966 Lincoln penny proves that even a small copper coin can hold big surprises for those who take the time to look, and that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of the 1966 Lincoln cent, and I hope it inspires you to keep searching your coins with excitement and curiosity. Remember, what looks ordinary to someone else could be extraordinary to you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, leave a comment about your favorite coin find, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about rare coins. Your support keeps this journey going, and together we will continue to uncover the hidden treasures in U.S. coins.